Do you know, it just occurred to me the other day that there's still a lot of people out there that don't actually know what a digital marketer does. I can't imagine what my mum was thinking when I moved from full-time fitness business, which was going well at the time, into full-time digital marketing. I could only imagine she just thought I was sitting here tapping away on my computer, putting on weight and eating a whole bunch of salami. I don't know. It's definitely a big, wide, wonderful world, digital marketing, and no surprises, COVID-19 has definitely accelerated the industry as a whole. So today, I'm going to show you what a digital marketer does. So to my right, there is an ad. It's a Facebook ad. It's from a solar company in Brisbane, and they're trying to get you to consider going solar by clicking a button and leaving your details to get a callback or generate a lead, or lead generation, as we marketers like to call it. Now, make no mistake, the context of this ad is to get your information on the context that you're going to receive a call and hopefully proceed with that company, and there's going to be some kind of monetary transaction in exchange for, in that case, a solar system. So as a digital marketer, it's my job to identify that you're going to be most likely interested in a solar system, and then craft the ad to make the offer as irresistible as possible, to make you clicking that apply now button down there as seamless as possible. So this might be a really interesting exercise for you all right now. I want you to think about the last ad that you saw on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or wherever you saw it, that you clicked on and you went to that website. Now, whether you inquired about a service that you're interested in or whether you bought something online, I want you to think about that right now and identify exactly what that is. And what I want you to do is just comment it below this video exactly what that last thing you bought or inquired about from any ad was, and we'll circle back around to it because it'll be a really interesting exercise. Now, make no mistake, although digital marketing sounds fancy, the principles of marketing haven't changed for a substantial amount of time. I would dare say 100 years. Like, we still reference the oldest books from, 1930s, 40s, 50s, 70s, and everywhere in between. It's really just the vehicle of what we're marketing on which has changed. So, we only have to go back 12 to 15 years and you'd be willing to pay a couple of grand, or bigger companies would be willing to pay a couple of grand to have a TV commercial, and you and I would get slammed for them. You remember those infomercial for like Ab King Pro or Ab Swing or the Steppers or Slap Chop and everything, you know what I mean? Like, those are paid advertisements, and those platforms just happen to be the vehicles of the day that performed really well in terms of a huge return on investment. And there's nothing wrong with them, but go back 15 years and that was great. Like, the head of marketing was like, let's put half of our budget into newspaper and the other half into TV commercials, and we'll measure it at the end of the month and see what the return on investment is. Digital marketing just incorporates all of the digital platforms, your Facebooks, your Instagrams, your TikToks, your YouTubes, everything else in between. And this just happens to be the vehicle at this point in time that people are getting the greatest return on investment from. Now, if you think about it from a small business owner's perspective, it's really attractive to go to these digital marketing platforms, whether they're running them themselves or engaging a digital marketer like myself, because the barrier to entry, i.e. the amount of investment required, isn't thousands and tens of thousands of dollars like what was required on TV, but it actually can be, $500 to $1,000, and you're up and running if you've got your first Facebook ad running and you're now getting inquiries. That's why I think it's so attractive to a lot of small business owners. But coming back to the last thing that you bought or that you inquired about, that you commented hopefully below, that right there is what we would call a customer journey. And a customer journey is just very simply how someone goes from knowing nothing about a business or a brand to spending their first dollar with them. So if you think about the first ad that you saw, maybe you hadn't seen the brand before, maybe you had, but you've clicked on the ad, gone to the website, you've made an inquiry, or you've purchased something online. Or perhaps, you've seen an ad, gone, looked it up in Google, but the initial impression came from that paid advertisement, as an example. So our job as a digital marketer is to also craft and identify the best and most seamless customer journey that takes you from knowing nothing about a brand or a business to spending your first dollar with them. Psychologically, after you spend a bit of money with someone, you're a hell of a lot more likely to spend more with them. You know, take a cafe, for example. You get a good coffee, you spend a bit of money. Hopefully they've remembered your name. You're a hell of a lot more likely to go back to that cafe, especially because you've had that buying experience and you've had great customer service as well, obviously. Now, I could sit here and rattle off all of the technicalities of, say, running a Facebook ad and ensuring that you have a follow-up SMS, or ensuring that you have follow-up email nurturing sequences to be able to keep people warm before they spend money with you, and so on and so forth. I could really go down that rabbit hole. But really, if you think about it simply, it's the same foundation as what was happening only 10 to 15 years ago with newspaper and TV commercials. They would just say, you know, buy now and you can get a second one half price, or get a second one for free, or call now, I should say, and you can get a second one for free or half price, or something on those sort of lines. Urgency is a big thing. And even better is authentic urgency, not like there's only 5 spots left and there's actually 50. But urgency is something that has always been a staple with every single marketing strategy and offer. The fear of missing out is a very powerful buying motivator. And that's something that not just digital marketers, but every marketing department of any company anywhere leverages, is the fact that, hey, I'm going to give you a great deal. It's going to end on this date. And if you don't get in or redeem this offer by this date, or don't buy this thing, or don't inquire about this service, you will miss out. And so that can really help drive people into a business to spend their money, and hopefully for a good product and a good service, mind you, so that that business owner sees a healthy return on investment from that exercise. Now, what we're looking at here is a funnel that we've built for a client. And it's a really good visual representation of what a customer journey can look like for a business, whether you're looking to start up digital marketing yourself as a freelancer, or you're looking to expand your horizons as a business owner and get into this yourself. A funnel, which is what we're looking at here, is essentially just the mechanisms that you put together that take someone from knowing nothing about the brand or business to spending their first dollar. So the mechanisms for this particular funnel is, we have a Facebook ad, as you can see here. Then we have what we call an opt-in page or a landing page, not to be confused with a website, and that's another video, so we won't even go into it. And then after they put in their personal details, like email and a name, maybe a phone number, then they go to a thank you page. On that thank you page, they can book a call with our client through some online scheduling software. And that is essentially the first part of the funnel complete. We've been able to put an ad in front of someone, target them as best as possible, entice them with a great offer, some great text, some great imagery, some great video, blah, 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 and then be able to get them to figuratively put their hand up and say, I'm interested in this particular offer. I want to book a call with this person. But hey, look, that's all I've put together for this video. Hopefully you've gained a little bit of an education as to exactly what a digital marketer does. Not necessarily how he or she does it, but the overarching concepts that, again, haven't really changed in quite a great deal of time. So by all means, let me know the products and brands that you prefer to shop by commenting below. I'd be really interested to hear about why you purchase from them, and if you can remember the first transaction you had with that brand or business as well. Let me know below, and I'll talk to you next time. See you later.